Kamen Zeztz episode 44 was a glorified clip episode. I feel good saying that, and I don't feel good saying that. And it's not because I'm a Yuya Takahashi stan, or I defend the show unreasonably. I defend the show very reasonably. I'm not going to defend this episode, but I will say that it's among the more tasteful and classy ways to do a clip episode. I just don't understand why they chose to do this as a clip episode as opposed to doing what they could have done, should have done, because all of the content of this clip episode could have been done in 5 minutes or less. It could have. Everything significant that happened could have been done in 5 minutes or less, and we still could have had Nem kind of being shaken by the disappearances of these people, because the way it happened is that she forgot them after a little conversation. It was like watching Memento. She didn't remember that she'd forgotten. Or she knew that she'd forgotten, but she had no idea what she'd forgotten. She didn't know who these people were, and she kind of had to reset. So, like, from an acting perspective, cool. The execution of that was good, but the overall execution of the impact that it's going to have on the audience members was not good. I don't think this is what they planned. I don't think they wanted people to crash out. Anyway, about this episode being a bad, stinky clip episode, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the idea was good, the execution wasn't great, and two things. One, the preview for the next episode shows us that everybody who was forgotten by Nem, all the cast members of this television show, are going to be recast, literally and metaphorically, or both. I don't know how that works. That's too much. That's too meta for me. They're going to be recast as different people in Nem's life. Nem is going to continue to be an idol. Sorry, spoilers for the next episode. Yeah, sort of. Living with her mother, and which are they? She's got like 3 names: Sayuri and something else. So I don't know which one they're going to use, or if they're even going to say her name. But anyway, she's going to be living with the lady, and they're going to be having their happy idol life, and she is going to have all these people recast in her life, and it's the same actors because they, for budget reasons, whatever. So, like, why was it significant to show her spending so much time with these 4 characters, basically? No, really, was it only the 3? Yeah, I guess it's just the 3 guys. The 3 writer guys. Huh. Anyway, yeah, we saw her spending time with them, and then it got clipped. And she forgot it. And I feel like what's going to happen is, next episode, she's going to wake up and everything's going to be normal. And that's great, but there will be a recap of this episode in it, I bet. I don't know for sure, but I bet there will be a recap of this episode. And that recap, I feel like will serve the same purpose and have about the same amount of impact as this did. I typically cry with shows. I get real emotional. I get real whatever. And as I watched this episode, it's not that I felt nothing. It's that I didn't feel everything they wanted me to feel. I didn't feel the deep sadness. I thought, didn't we just do this with Dawn? I think the episode before, so episode 42, could have been in 43, we saw all this stuff with the flashing back to his childhood. And now we're seeing it again. So what's going on? And it almost felt like Dawn was going to be the answer, or, Sieg was going to be the answer to help her work through this, and he's not. Like, the bad guys win in this one. There's still hope. Like, as Baku's fading away, he's saying that he will find a way to help her, and that good dreams surpass bad dreams, which is great. I love that consistency. But I don't know. Other than showing the thing where people's faces were being, like, glitched out, garbled in her memory to show that she didn't remember them anymore, and her reaction, the actress's reaction to not knowing who these people are, excuse me, what are we doing? Who are you? Whatever. Like, those are the most affecting parts of it, and they didn't get me emotional. They're just like, oh man, that sucks. That's a sucky reality to be in. But also, if she doesn't remember, it's like, is it so bad? I don't know. I think I referenced Memento once already. I feel like at the very end of the movie Memento, where I think it snaps back to his present because it's been going through his past, it's like, oh, so this is just going to keep going. Like, I don't know that I feel sad for this guy, but he's just stuck in this loop, but he doesn't really remember it. So, like, does it really hurt him if he doesn't really remember it? Like, I feel sad for him. It's tragic, but he's fine. Like, this guy's Dory over here. He's going to be okay. And I almost feel the same way about Nem. But it is still sad and tragic, and it's wrong. Like, what the lady's doing to her is wrong. Like, Nem is a victim here, and the lady is her victimizer. She's her, whatever, perpetrator. And, like, something's being done to her, and it is sad and it is awful. But we didn't need to spend the entire runtime working up to that conclusion. When we have, Kamen Rider is kind of famous, I think, for having a victim of the week, and it's almost always very interesting, very enjoyable, very moving what's going on with this victim of the week. Yes, because the structure of the Kamen Rider series over the last, over the over the Heisei era, Neo Heisei specifically, I can speak to with more authority because I've seen all of it. Yes, all of it, I think. Whatever. I've seen most of it, if not all of it. But the older stuff, not so much. Showa, you'd get one victim in one episode, they'd be gone, but you'd have feelings for them and for their plight. Then in the two-parter episodes from Double and On, you'd get to have more exposure to them and you'd learn more about them over the course of the two episodes, but you wouldn't necessarily get that, like you had more time to get the emotional buy-in and the emotional payoff is what I'm saying. And I think it pretty much always worked. I don't remember a time where I wasn't really into the victim, except for yesterday. Yesterday in Double was weird. And I did not dig that. So that's interesting to me. But yeah, like, what was my point? Oh, you don't spend an entire episode just to say, and they were victimized, and now we have to see the hero save them, which is basically what's going on here because of the way that it was done. And again, to recap and to finish up so I don't be like the episode that I'm criticizing, I really think they could have done a 3 to 5 minute segment in the beginning of this episode and then taken the stuff from next episode, from episode 45, and put it into 44 with her being an idol and everybody being recast and all that stuff, and it would have had the same kind of impact. The only thing I can think, well, no, I'm not going to try to justify it anymore. That's what I think. That's where I'm coming from. That's my problem with this episode. And I still like Zeztz overall as a series. I just think this is a really bad choice for an episode. And if I were to rewatch it, I would just skip this. So, yeah, because it's basically meaningless. Is the clearest way to put it. And at least it was for me. I don't know about you. Let me know what you thought about this episode and what you thought about my different approaches to how that could have been done better. While you're leaving me a comment about that, check my pinned comment for a link to my inspector's notes where the main analysis lives in different forms. There's images you can see, unlike here where it's just me. Also, there could be a meme there if you're lucky. I don't know. We'll see what happens this week. And also, there is a link to my inspector's notes, specifically the feature there, which allows me to dive deeper into things that I couldn't cover on this main analysis. Check that out. Anyway, this is MJ with Rider, Tears, and Going Ultra signing out. I meant to say Henshin Inspection, but Going Ultra is a thing too. Lots of great Ultraman analysis there. I'm actually enjoying Ultraman Teo a lot, and I think my analysis there is going to be interesting, so you should check that out as well.